I'd like very much if you could tell us something about a phenomenon that is called the stone heart.
Right.
What's that all about? I know it's extremely important.
For many years, thoracic surgery physicians who operated on the heart, the procedures would fail because the heart turned into a rock.
Really?
Right. And they didn't know why and how. Okay. So I was the medical student at the time, my senior year. It was in the afternoon, and I was going home. But at the time, Dr. Morris was in the hallway down in the surgical area. Dr. Morris asked me to help. So I went in. My job was to hold the catheters in the coronary ostia so the heart would,
Beating,
yeah,
yes.
because the blood was shut off. The patient's on a pump. The surgeon can't work in a blood field.
Right,
You can't see what he's doing. It's all bloody.
right.
Right? So my job was to continue with saline to flush out the coronary arteries,
I see.
to give the heart some oxygen, so
Right.
forth. Right? Okay. And the surgeon did a good job. It was successful. And now I take the catheters out of the coronary ostia and I remove it. And now I turn on the blood.
So you turned on, I guess, oxygenated blood.
Yeah, yeah. Turn on the blood because we're done with the operation. The heart has been lifeless. It's been without blood for an hour or so.
I see.
So we perfused the heart, and all of a sudden, the heart went crunch like that.
Wait a minute. When you turned on the blood, the heart crunched?
Yeah,
Wow.
the heart crunched and turned into a rock.
Oh, my God.
And I turned to Dr. Morris and I said, "What did we do wrong?" And he said, "We didn't do anything wrong." He said, "This happens. We don't know why."
Wow.
All right? So what am I going to do? Okay? I'm sitting there. I can't do anything now. While being a medical student, I did rotation in pediatrics, right? I did obstetrics. I delivered infants. I was lucky to be at St. Joe's Hospital because they had a lot of births there.
Right, right.
So I had learned a lot. And one of the things I learned was that you don't put the infant in a bassinet with 100% oxygen. What happens when you put an infant in the bassinet and turn on the oxygen? Anybody know?
Well, I thought it was a good thing, Ben.
Well, I remembered this, that the little baby who was just born goes blind, goes
Wow.
blind. Okay?
Really? In the presence of 100% oxygen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you knew this, and so you translated this to the stone heart.
Exactly. Exactly.
And what does the stone heart mean? I mean, why did it
I'll tell
happen?
you. Okay. Okay. The stone heart is just what it is. The heart that was moving and pumping, suddenly, and I mean suddenly, it turns into a rock.
Wow.
Okay? Why?
Yeah.
Because the heart is starving for oxygen, right?
But you knew this. Well, everybody knows that it's starving for oxygen, but now you're taking from what you learned in pediatrics and applying it to cardiac surgery.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is why I say every medical student should learn to take a course in physiology, because that's where it came from for
I
me.
understand.
And
So,
I've got many more stories like this.
so it's too much oxygen. So what you learned is, so your hypothesis is too much oxygen is causing the stone heart.
Right.
What's wrong with the oxygen? Have free radicals or what?
You got it. Free radicals. Okay?
Tell us about that.
Free radicals. Okay, so here's the heart. It's starving for oxygen. Okay?
Right.
Now you suddenly turn on the oxygen.
Yeah, you did the right thing, I think.
And it's
but
like the
no.
locomotive leaving the station. The engine has to get ready to go. Choo-choo,
Yes.
choo-choo, 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 choo-choo. But if you flood the tissue with the oxygen, it can't process, the mitochondria can't burn up that oxygen that fast.
I see.
Okay? So what you're getting now are free radicals.
Uh-huh.
And the free radicals damage the tissue, kills the cells. Okay?
So this was your idea of why there was a stone heart.
Right. That's right.
Wow.
Now this
So
is
what
not
did you do about
this is
it?
not in the books.
Yeah.
This is not in the books. Nobody knew about free radicals in those days. Okay? It was funny that free radicals were first discovered at the University of Michigan. Okay?
Here.
And I didn't know that. It was a woman chemist who was working at the university. When I started to work with the free radicals, people told me I was crazy.
And yet you persisted with the idea of free radicals.
Yeah.
And how did you solve the problem?
Well, first of all, when you look at the tissue under the microscope of the stone heart, and what you see are neutrophils.
Oh, neutrophils, that's, the workhorses of the white blood cells.
That's right. That's right. See how you build this story? You know, if you don't know about neutrophils, you're not going to learn anything. The neutrophils kill bugs,
Right.
okay? The bacteria are killed by neutrophils, okay? Well, how does the neutrophil kill a bug, right?
I'm going to guess from what you told me, free radicals.
Free radicals. Neutrophils produce toxic materials, things that are like Clorox, makes the
Right.
coat white.
Bleach.
Clorox, that's how it gets white,
Yeah.
right? And it kills everything. And that's why the tissue dies instantly.
Free radicals.
Free radicals.
Wow.
Okay?
Ben, you're talking about why surgery is okay today, and that now people are doing cardiac surgery, and we no longer have the problem of stone heart because of you. Mm-hmm. Wow.
It took a long time to get people to recognize that free radicals have a role.
And your job was then to pursue this idea of free radicals
Yeah.
as part of your research.
Yeah.
Well, what a remarkable story, Ben.